This is the ultimate girls versus boys showdown, where winner ends up ruling the other gender forever. On one side, we got the battle-hardened goddess Komi telling the Black Wolves to surrender. But on the other side, we got emo Levi Ackerman telling the girls to bring it, as he ain't going down without the rumbling. So who do you guys got winning in this battle? Before you continue, let us know in the comment section below. Anyways, things are about to get real as it's 4 versus 5 in the favor of the Crimson Foxes, as Mr. Ninja Turtle is nowhere to be found, exactly like when my teammates disappeared during my ranked games. Now the first to draw her sword on the elite girls' side is none other than Ara, but she seems more happy than usual as she has finally made contact with the Prince Behemoth again. Regardless, she looks super intent on destroying everything in her path like a true goddess of war. Even her boy is a little bit anxious as he doesn't want to hurt anyone, including Princess Peach, as he wants those rice cakes for later. However, things get even more intense, just like camping, as every other person follows suit by unsheathing their weapons ready for the first charge. Mere seconds after drawing their swords, Herring gets confused as he can't believe that the girls he knew before now all look like a bunch of monsters ready to go on a rampage. Nevertheless, Kareem the Chad orders the boys to make sure they force the girls to surrender sooner rather than later, or else they'd have stand no chance in winning. Suddenly, right before Kareem finishes his small speech, Ara wastes no time and instantly interrupts them boys with a swift charge forward, almost like she's in a hurry to grab some chicken nuggets from McDonald's. At the same time, Miss Alita Battle Angel comes flying through and makes illegal contact against Maru, even though these two were literally rice cake smashing together less than a day ago. Even Wool has to face off against a serious Mira, looking like she's ready to chop the hipster in more ways than one. With 3 out of 4 elite Garimbi members already facing off in battle, Herring is the last one left, but our girl from Hunter x Hunter looks a little peeved after revealing the fact that if they didn't declare war, Herring could be smashing some pink-looking rice cakes right now. Upon the small revelation, our boy takes a small step back as he secretly wanted those pink rice cakes himself, but now, due to the North Wind and the Black Wolves wanting all-out war, all of his wishes have just been washed away. Nevertheless, Herring looks past Hira and starts staring at Miss Blondie, where it dawns on Herring that he needs to fight both of them at once, even though he's just a rookie. Luckily for our boy, Hira tells him to calm down as they have more pride than ganking him 2 versus 1, so he doesn't have to worry about taking on 2 1000 Steps members at the same time, even though we all know he can easily take them all on. Unfortunately, just as Herring was about to partake in the battle, he notices a billion other Black Thorn members show up out of nowhere, including Silver Beauty Sealy. With Sealy arriving with her squad, she gives no warning for the boys as she orders both Black Thorn members and normal soldiers to ready their crossbows. After everyone takes aim, Hira reveals to Herring that they have already captured the Black Serang earlier, so there's no point for him to hope for backup and a saving grace, as the Black Serang is being kept in their basement. Elsewhere, at the secret location of the Kingdom of Girls' basement, we start hearing a bunch of slapping, which usually means some clapping is about to go on. However, it turns out that the sound ain't actually slapping, but it's more like a dragon whip as a bunch of girls are interrogating the Black Serang through some intense means. We then discover that the Black Serang has been deprived of his eyesight, while they also tied him down to a cross-like beam. But the weird thing is, one of the girls is tasked to taste his pepperoni pizza every couple seconds, as part of the investigation process is to make sure he feels pain by making his machine oil spill over and over. Apparently, this interrogation technique is so successful that no man in the history of the planet has ever survived more than 3 days, as every banana tree plantation got their banana flavors sipped dry like the Sahara Desert. Regardless, it's now time for the most crucial part of the interrogation phase, where the Crimson Foxes get to use their rice cakes as the ultimate weapon. As such, every guard on duty quickly runs over to see the epic reveal of the Black Serang's nether dragon, as no one has ever been graced by his weapon. The girls on duty then get excited at the prospect of being next, as it turns out they will all take turns until our boy spills the beans about the secret he's hiding. Upon discovering what's behind the Black Serang's plate legs, the girl currently in charge feels personally attacked, as all her efforts have been futile in attempting to make the Black Serang show its fangs. So now that she has utterly failed in making sure his banana tree plantation becomes fully mature, instead of being stuck as a small seed needing some watering, she tells herself to keep calm and go through the playbook. Now, the first thing the playbook orders her to do is to make sure she uses their own secret weapon through a sussy vial full of mysterious liquids, where she places it on her armor so she could successfully apply it using body jutsu technique. Unfortunately for her, even though she's trying her best, the Black Serang does not even react a single bit from the use of the Kingdom of Girls' secret weapon, since our boy truly is a menace. With the girl continually failing to do her job, all the other guards on duty begin to gasp and gossip upon one another, where they start talking about how important the black Shurang must be to be able to withstand all the firepower being thrown at him. As the girls continue on watching the procedure, they instantly hear someone clear their throat behind them, causing all of them to realize they just got caught on the job slacking off by someone looking very important. It then turns out that the old lady is actually the head chief warden, so she orders the guards to move aside since she wants a sussy peek as well. After taking a look for herself at what's going on, the old lady looks not amused at how they haven't broken through the black Shurang yet, as she probably thinks she could have done the job better. Nevertheless, right before she goes about her business as usual, she commands them to do a better job before ordering the nearby captain to find the strongest and best 50 seed creators. But since there are hundreds of black wolves within the basement still, she tells the captain to get rid of every other wolf not found in the top 50, as it's time for them to perish. So now all these normie black wolves are screwed over even though they weren't part of the war, as they weren't even aware that an all-out war between the two kingdoms have occurred. Meanwhile, back at the Black Shurang's center cell, the current girl in charge is still unable to do anything about him, so she starts thinking about the rumors about how he might not be even into girls at all. But she refuses the notion of him not being into girls. Instead, she convinces herself that the Black Shurang just has a lot of pride in himself, unlike every other man she's faced off against. As such, she takes the matter into her own hands, or shall we say her own mouth, as she proceeds to continue like a relentless dog wanting some treats. A flashback then occurs back to the time when the Black Shurang was still a rookie, where we learn that not a single Delta Force member was able to defeat him, even though he just recently joined. Bro was so strong and undefeated that Baek Mu even allowed for the duels to be as lopsided as 3 versus 1 against him, but the Black Shurang always prevailed. Eventually, the only other person that was willing to take him on in a duel is another Delta Force rookie, who happens to be Karim the Chad. At this point in time, Karim was already dubbed the Rank 1 swordsman within the Black Wolves, even though he's been in the elite forces for less than 2 years. Anyways, long story short, this was a duel between the up-and-coming Rank 2 versus the unanimous Rank 1, leading to one of the greatest training battles of all time. In the end, the Black Shurang got utterly destroyed in a few seconds, and from that very moment on, he became the greatest simp for Karim due to how strong he was. So after adding up all the pieces together, it all makes sense now that the Black Shurang is actually a secret simp for Karim, which explains why he keeps risking his life for him. Anyways, back to the present, the head guard finally feels a little bit of relief after the banana tree plantation has grown, but unbeknownst to her, the reason why it became a foot long is because the Black Shurang started thinking about his past with Karim. With the Black Shurang finally showing off some of its ferocious fangs, the captain orders for the rest of the guards to instantly get ready for battle, as they are about to fast past each other through the line. Now, instead of just one person handling the Black Shurang, 3 more showed up to help, as they planned to go in groups of 4 to bring the Black Shurang to his knees. Since the Black Shurang is the most formidable opponent they have ever faced, they plan to force a reaction out of him using the training they've been training their entire lives for. So one mounts the wheel while the rest attack every weak point. With the all-out attack proceeding forward, even a captain gets flustered at the sight of a fang fully evolved, but the one mounting the wolf begins to erupt in glee. The girls then describe him as a super magnet for their catacombs, where they can't stop moving once the magnet is in place, due to its enormous gravitational pull. However, due to the Black Shurang being an absolute behemoth as well, the first girl loses her battle, so another one instantly takes her turn, so our boy gets 0 chance of a relief. Unfortunately for the Crimson Foxes, every girl taking their turn are the ones instantly defeated, while the Black Shurang is left literally standing, as no one so far can match battering ram to their wall. As such, the frustrated captain starts yelling at other guards to get ready, as every other Crimson Fox so far has let her down, so she's hoping for the best. After a couple more foxes get sent to the battle, the girls eventually realize that the time for the Black Shurang to lose is almost here, since what kind of man can withstand a relentless attack for days on end? After a couple more hours, our boy finally loses his battle, but he does so in the greatest manner ever, as he was able to explode during a switch, allowing him to successfully waste their time. The entire point was for one of them to successfully extract a seed so they can capture the future Black Shurang, but they failed to do so, causing the captain to get absolutely furious to the point she starts punishing her own crew. Meanwhile, back to the battle between the Garimbi and the 1000 Step Squad, Herring finally makes his move.